セガサターンシロ
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday, Shiro Show.
Hi, everyone.
Happy Friday, Shiro Show, baby.
How you doing?
Coming into another jam-packed edition of the Shiro Show.
Action, hot action, fighting. Like
we got Wiener Bob and Analog Black Sheep going back to back. Sega, Saturn, Shiro! Exclamation point! They must have like coordinated that ahead of time.
Nice.
No, but we got So Wiener Bob, Analog Black Sheep, Captain Hodden, Yaksha, Tales of Saturn, Neil Henderson, Dragons of Saturn, Stoneman, Memphis, Malenko, Paul Bortier, AM25, David Zaney, Shadow Mask, Dark Savior 69, Sega guys. Hey James, what's up? Moose Track, Con Artist, Chronolay. I think he's also in the chat here too. Unchinga.
What's up, Pat?
Unchinga?
Hey, how's it going? He's actually from Arizona.
Oh, is he really?
Mr. Pan. Yeah, he does PVMs.
Chapel.
He sells a bunch of PVMs. He's a cool dude.
We got Chapel. Bo just got here. Bo, Burning Rangers go. Burning Rangers go. Don't pass up the rallies in the chat too. That's right. Lots of rally. Yeah.
Lots of rally.
What I didn't know
Game over. Yeah. No, actually, we're
why.
just starting. Yeah.
Is it Feel the Heartbeat of the Land or Feel the Heartbeat of the Line? I thought it was
right.
like the line.
It's Feel the Heartbeat of the Land, but
I thought it was line, just because the idea of like being on the line and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I totally got you. Yeah.
But it might be Japanese stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Or, yeah, just different accent or something like that. But yeah, I always thought it was like Feel the Heartbeat of the Line or something like that because that's what it sounds like.
Exactly. So, I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, is there like an official lyric sheet out for that?
Well, I think Nick put that in his video, right? He talked about that.
I mean, I have to watch it again, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, I have to watch. Unfortunately, I have to watch the documentary all over again, which is not really. Unfortunately, it's more of an awesome.
I watched it twice. It's pretty rad.
Slow.
I know. When did I find the time? I think I just stayed. Well, I watched it on my commute, like in sections. Then I watched it. I did binge it the first night, so I didn't get a lot of sleep that night. And then I've kind of done a subsequent playthrough on my commutes and stuff like that, just to try to pick up any extra little tidbits. Because sometimes the first watch through, it's like 4 hours, and it just kind of glazes over you.
It blends together.
Especially like if you're doing dishes or you're trying to like pay attention to something else and you like miss something. So, but it was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Slow Coin Double Dime is here, and I think that's everybody I've mentioned. Chapel. And welcome to the chat.
You got Chiga, you got Chapel, you got Bo.
Everybody give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe. No, I'm just kidding.
Or thumbs down if you guys don't like us. We take criticism very well, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can handle criticism.
Pat, you wanna start with your news? I mean, it's kind of significant.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty not good, but yeah, unfortunately, Laura Trainer, my grandmother lost her husband this morning.
Yeah, we're really sorry to hear about that.
So kind of.
This was like your best friend, right? Your grandpa was.
Yeah, like he taught me like all the stuff, like how to shave, how to talk and not take everything for granted. Be. I guess not take everything black and white. There's all gray in between. And of course a lot of other cool stuff, like he taught me target shooting, which was really fun. I love going target shooting with him. It's a ton of fun.
What was one of your favorite things about him?
Talking to him, because he could talk about, like, literally we talked for like hours on end. Like we'd start at 5 and end at like 8 or 9, and we just talk at the table like about
that's
really
amazing.
A lot of stuff. Like he loved World War II history, and he liked talking about guns. He liked talking about politics. Just debating it. Just talking about it. Historically, I think my favorite thing about it, which really made me do what I like doing, is historically finding obscure stuff. Like he loved probably about obscure like events and stuff, or stuff that really the history or the classroom never really taught me. So like he was big into like a lot of the like some of the government stuff, like Ruby Ridge and Waco and stuff like that. So he liked to discuss that and discuss like the failings of that whole thing. I won't get into politics like that and stuff like that. Like he liked the whole Unabomber stuff. It was like sort of the more disaster and horror parts of history.
Right.
But I think it's kind of interesting because it
definitely.
Like I said, I think
give you an appreciation for that too.
Exactly. Yeah. So I won't try to be.
Well, I think I think it's really, it's really brave and admirable that you're decided to do the show today, despite all that. You know, like So, but I mean, we love having you here. We love you like a brother, and definitely sorry for your loss. And he sounds like an amazing guy. If anything, I feel bad that I never got to meet him, but because he sounds amazing. But yeah, and our hearts go out to Laura as well.
Yeah, that's her husband. So,
and she's been in the comments like multiple streams. Like she's watched SHIRO since the beginning. I think like before SHIRO show, like when Pat, you and I were just doing like gameplay streams and stuff. Your grandma, if we had one viewer, it was your grandma. You know, watching. You know, so
that was the one viewer too.
Yeah, exactly. So shouts.
He was a big influence on my life, and I don't think I'd be where I am without him. And he never put me down from the game stuff at all, or told me I was wasting my time with video games. He never thought that way. He kind of vibed with what I was going for and the interest, which I really appreciated.
That's cool. That's great. He let you be who you are, and be proud of it. Yeah, that's great.
Exactly. So it was really, really meaningful to me, and I'm gonna miss him a lot. And but it was great to have everybody that was very kind, and everyone in the chat right now that's giving giving condolences. I really appreciate it. But I just want everyone to, if you can give a shout out to Laura, just give her some love in the chat. I don't think she'll be watching right now, but I'm gonna be flying back, and I'll show her the show, and I'll show her like the little things. So if you guys want to say something nice about her, say something nice to her. I don't know if the chat replays after the video's over.
I think it does.
Yeah, it does. It does.
You go to the live tab.
Yep, we have it saved. And what's his name again?
His name's Matthew Trainer.
Matthew Trainer.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Just Matt for short.
Matt. Oh, he went by Matt?
It's kind of funny. He went by Matt, and my dad goes by Pat, but I'm just Patrick.
Right.
I don't like the shortenings of that. I'm just Patrick.
You don't like the Pat?
You can call me it, like I said.
Because you got to have your patches, Pat's patches, right?
Exactly.
Right?
It works. Like I said, it's all. If you're my friend, you can call me whatever you guys want, as long as it's not like Patrick Star, which is just dumb.
Patrick Stewart,
guys. It's like,
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. I mean, that's a good one. I like him. No one called me Patrick Stewart. I have Patrick Swayze. I hated Patrick Swayze. No offense to the Swayzes, but
no, I could see that.
Just not my dude.
Well, you've been so you both have watched Nick's video, right? Which goes live tomorrow, yeah? Dan, you watched it, right? Or watched some of it?
I haven't watched all of it. I watched a lot of it, and then I paused it to like take a break a little over halfway through, probably 2/3 of the way through, and I did not find time to watch the rest of it this week. So
fair. It's over 4 hours, so that's
it's
you're
like
forgiven.
4 hours long.
Yeah.
So I'll probably watch it this
and
weekend.
we won't go into depth on it because again, nobody in the general public has seen it yet. Only the Patreon supporters. But I will say that having watched it, Pat and we've both been inspired to fire up our copies of Sega Rally.
No, I totally get that. As I was watching it, I was like, man, I kind of want to fire up Rally again. Like it's been a little while.
It's honestly, I'm like hot take opinion. I think it's better than Daytona.
That is a hot take, Pat.
I don't think it's that hot of a take. I think a lot of people like Sega Rally more than Daytona. It's
a hot take for Pat because like only a year ago he was making fun of Sega Rally.
Oh, okay. So you turned around.
Pat's never been a huge Sega sports fan, or like he's into like the Sakura Wars, but Pat does love racing games. You love driving, right? He has a manual transmission Civic Si. It's SI, right? Yeah. So you do enjoy driving. I had a feeling if you ever gave Sega Rally a try in manual transmission that you'd love it because it feels really good, doesn't it? Like
honestly, there's this one quirk with the analog stick that where for some reason the analog pad it maps the shift up and down to the D-pad. Honestly, as weird as this sounds, I like it because it actually kind of feels like a manual car. It's like you have to move your finger down to shift, So there's that aspect of it. Oh, it's like, okay, I'm turning the corner, I gotta like angle it and shift down like that, like you're turning a corner, shifting a car like when you're holding the wheel, like you go around the corner. So I kind of like that a lot, and the fact that it's a left hand, it's on the left hand is kind of funny, like a left-hand drive car.
So you've been playing the vanilla US version of Rally, right? And you've been using
the Japanese one.
Oh, you were playing the Japanese, but the original, right?
Yeah,
the original
yeah.
Japanese. Okay, so that treats the analog control pad as a steering wheel, right? So it'll be interesting to see what happens when you switch over to Plus, because now Plus is actually reprogrammed for the 3D analog pad, and it treats it a little bit differently. So it'll be interesting. I want to hear from you, like how, if you like it better, because it might take a second to get used to, but it should be better. All things considered, like in the end. You should.
Yeah, honestly, with the triggers would be the best way, just because it'd be so much easier to be ergonomic instead of moving my thumb down to shift up and down.
Yeah.
If I need to go around the corner, it'd be like, okay, hit the thing. Okay, now I'm going, because that's my biggest slowdown right now, is that, especially when going around the corners. Because watching your playthrough though, I really like I noticed that a lot of people, like speedrunners, are sticking forth on. On the the first level, desert, right?
Desert, right?
One?
Yeah, desert.
They just stay in fourth the entire time, but like I've been finding, like going to third around that dirt corner, and then at the end where that giant curve is, has been really helping my times.
It will.
It's more of a, yeah.
I mean, actually, you have to. Arguably, like I've played Sega Rally almost my entire life. In automatic transmission, and Nick Panda would joke like an old grandma. I think he made a comment in our Discord. He's like, I don't play Sega Rally like a grandma in automatic transmission, and I was like, oh, them fighting words right there. No, but because my best times, like I did pretty well for myself with automatic transmission. But as Nick says in his video, you do lose some agency, and that is one of those parts on desert, that really, really long, easy right. If you can't drop it down into third, you just can't. You can't get that extra like second or two that you need on that time, you know.
Yeah,
and
that
another
cuts
thing,
down a lot.
Another thing I've learned from watching James. So James did an amazing play of the arcade championship run, and he shared it quite a while ago, actually, on their channel. But recently, he shared it in the chat. And it was a 217, you know, like a solid 217.
He is really good. He's getting me jealous.
Oh, he's a master. In my opinion, you know, like he's a true savant, like at that game. But I know it comes with a lot of scars. Like he spent years getting that good, you know.
Yeah.
To get that good takes ages, right, James? But one thing that I've learned from him, and I've stolen, and if you look at my run, you're basically just looking at almost like a mirror of what I've gleaned from James's run, is that the launch is so important. Like at first, I just thought he was just launching willy-nilly, like it didn't really matter, and I was just going like, you know, first, second, third, fourth, right, you know. But I started to notice I could hear my car slip a little bit every time I shifted, you know, and the wheels were like losing traction. And then I watched what James does, and he does this thing where he goes like immediately into first, like immediately into second, third, and then drops down into fourth, and kind of has it like wind up, and so you don't lose traction, and your car just kind of like gets like slingshot forward. And because you launch and because you go faster at the beginning, that puts you in places you would not be otherwise during the course. It gives you opportunities to bump off of other cars and stuff like that. It gives you so many opportunities along the path that you wouldn't otherwise have if you get a slow start. So the start is like almost like just as important as like any decisions you make during the actual course. But anyway, I digress.
I've noticed that, especially with the. Like I found that I took Panda's advice, starting between 6,500 RPM, and then I just look at the meter and like listen to the car and see how the speed racks up, and I've been trying to pay attention to, I don't know, it's like a feeling thing where it's like when the speed starts to increase slowly, I figure out when to shift up in that, and I feel like I have a pretty decent launch.
Yeah.
I think I might play in like some streams, or I'll do something and live stream just to see if people could give me advice maybe on that launch. But I'll follow like Sega Guys launch.
Well, for folks doing automatic, Nick is right. He mentioned here that like you can do fairly well in automatic, just kind of either using the brake a tiny bit, left foot on the brake, over that long corner. You can also kind of like sputter the gas, you know, and do. I've tried different things, but I've hit a wall. Ultimately, you hit a wall where it's like you can't go really any further in automatic, and then like manual just kind of like gives you that extra bump, like where you're able to do a few seconds better. And also, if folks are in automatic and they want a good launch, just kind of like rev the engine at full rev, and when it goes 3, 2, 1, let off on 1, it'll drop down to 6, and then punch it when it says go, and you'll get almost like a Mario Kart speed boost. I've used that for years, and it always really works. But once you switch.
James is saying that say he disagrees with the 6500. Start between 7 and 8, and then moving towards 7 when it goes, and then slam on the gas. I'm gonna do that next time.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my god! Like I was talking to James on the phone the other day about Sega. Well, not the other day, but like a month or so ago about Sega Rally, and he's just like describing every corner of every track and describing like every car bump, and I'm just like. Yeah, he's got like the entire thing mapped out up here, so that's very impressive. But anyway, so I won't talk about it, Rally anymore, Dan. I promise.
Yeah, James was giving me some good advice on that.
I know you could.
I could. I love this game. It is so addictive.
He loves Saturn racing games in general.
I do. They're so good. They're so good.
I was gonna say James was giving me some good advice on that. I've been showing my things. He's giving me some good advice. Like he sent me like a 5-minute voice message and telling me about it. It's like, oh dang, thank you.
Oh yeah. James is a fount of knowledge if you want to get better at Sega Rally. Yeah. But anyway, we have a lot of. Oh, go ahead, Dan.
Can I mention a couple of pickups that I had this week?
Yeah, show us what you got.
Okay, so firstly, it was my anniversary with Bunny. We've been together for 14 years now, and so what she got me was a little perching Takina figure from the anime Licorice Recoil. Go with a perching Chisato that I have. It's kind of the other of the two main characters in the anime. So that was pretty cool. She's very cute. Like I like Chisato the best from the show, but like as I kind of thought about it, I was like, well, I kind of need the other girl. So Bunny hooked me up. She got me a little Takina. And in Saturn related pickup news, my mission stick finally arrived. Which I bought from Chrono Lee. Thank you very much, Chrono Lee. It works great. Works way better than the one I tried to buy off of some rando on Mercari. Nice. All the buttons are just super responsive, and like I think even the stick doesn't really it isn't as loose as that other one I got from Mercari. Like it's good and tight, and yeah, very happy with it. It's awesome. Clean. It's great. So thank you.
Did you play Sky Target? With it?
No, I haven't. I want to. Like, here's the thing. I haven't been able to like really put this through its paces yet. I did try it. The first thing I tried out with was the Stellar Assault SS patch, of course.
Right.
Which it felt awesome playing that game with this. I love it.
You're obligated to play that with.
But I'm also going to play it with Sky Target. It's like the next game I'm going to play. But all of my time that I've had that I could play Saturn this week has been spent playing online games and testing something out that we'll talk about later in the show. A secret development for the next Saturn online tournament. So
excellent. Anyway, let me ask you though.
Thank you, Chrono. This stick is awesome.
I'm just curious. What do you think? What do you think about that using the mission stick for Stellar Assault? Like how does it work? Pretty good?
Yeah, it was great. It felt really good. I mean, I grew up, I had a Sega Genesis, which I got when I was like 8 years old. But even before that, my dad got a PC. And so I grew up playing PC games right alongside, the Genesis and later the N64 and whatnot. And we always had some kind of a flight stick, some kind of like we had a really basic like CH brand joystick. And then we eventually got like a better like, I don't know, Thrustmaster or something later in the 90s. So like I'm used to playing flight sims with like a whole flight stick, in my hand. So yeah, it felt really good because I mean Stellar Assault was like the most legit flight sim on the Saturn that I found. I don't know if there's any hidden gems in the library that I missed, but like it's very much in the vein of like Wing Commander and X-Wing and TIE Fighter in the PC. Yeah. So being able to play it with a mission stick, I'm so glad that that Silos is able to figure out how to patch that in. And I forget whose idea it was in the first place to try to figure that out. If it was Lacquerware or me, or is just like the obvious thing to suggest that, hey, why can't you do a flight stick in this game? You should be able to.
Right.
It has the analog from the control stick, the 3D pad in it, so why not?
Mhm.
But yeah, so thankfully we're able to do that, and yeah, it's because it feels really good. It's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
I do feel like I have a little more control than like having your thumb sliding around, manipulating the 3D pad. I don't know. I just really like that feel of having a whole
Right.
a whole flight stick in my hand.
Yeah.
So it might feel really awesome for Sky Target too. I was actually like sitting there like looking up the list on Sega Retro of like, here's all the games that work with the mission stick, which of course is a little suspect because I mean there might have been something they missed.
Right.
There might be other games.
No, there could be.
So, I'm totally gonna have to test some things out that aren't on the list that might be able to.
Yeah.
But like, I actually own, of course, I do. I own some of the games that are already on that list. Like,
Panzer Dragoon's
Thunderhawk 2
Oh,
works
Thunder?
with it.
Yeah.
Panzer Dragoon works with it. I think Wing Arms.
Wing Arms.
I have that. Like, I have like real copies.
And that's a great game, actually.
Thunderhawk.
Very
Yeah,
underrated.
so-
Wing Arms is
So
great.
definitely, I have a lot of games to try this thing out with.
Yeah, you can have a blast.
Blackfire works on it too, right? Blackfire.
Blackfire.
Oh yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have Blackfire. But yeah, I could totally try that out too.
Probably. But then again, Thunderhawk is probably the best helicopter,
Yeah,
game on
it
that.
is
There
very
are a
good.
few. There are a few of them. Blackfire, something else. there's a few helicopter games on the Saturn, but I think Thunderhawk is the best. That and the EA. What is it? There's an EA game where it's like
Soviet Strike?
isometric. Soviet Strike,
Soviet
and
Strike.
that's not like first person helicopter, but it's still a
Right.
helicopter game that's high production value, good to play.
Yeah.
Though I don't think you can use the mission stick on that, but anyway.
I think
digress.
you can. I think it was on the list.
Really?
Actually, yes. I think
That's
you can use the mission
that's
stick with that.
crazy. Maybe.
That's another
Okay.
try out.
Wow. That would be
might
interesting.
cool.
You should
Yeah.
get one too, Dave. Not so shameless plug.
I should. I'll get there. I've got several.
I'll have a couple more. He said in chat.
Do you have a black one?
Yeah, I got I got a couple extra black ones.
Okay. Well, I'll okay. Just shoot me a message. I'm not like in the market right at the but yeah, tentatively I'm in the market down the road for sure. But yeah, so I think I do probably want to get a black one. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with the gray one. My racing wheel is gray. Actually, I got the gray racing wheel because I wanted to get one that was in good condition. And it's true that you don't find a lot of American peripherals that have been very well kept. As it tends to go. And then the Japanese stuff is all pretty pristine. Just because of cultural differences. But yeah, so that's cool.
Thank you, Shadowmaster, for posting a link to the Sega Retro article on the mission stick. Yeah, it was Black Dawn and Blackfire.
Black Dawn, that's what it was. Black Dawn, Blackfire.
Congo, the movie, the Lost City of Ginge apparently works with it. That's a surprise.
That's interesting. Jumping Jack Software, they programmed in mission stick support. That'll be interesting. Consider, I mean, it's like a run and gun, first person shooter kind of thing. But yeah, that's interesting. Hey Pierre, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. And Scotty Mo.
Starfighter 3000 makes sense.
Yeah, Mech Warrior doesn't surprise me, but the Congo one does kind of. I wonder if Gen War did Gen War have it too?
Yes, Gen War.
Okay, so
Gen War is listed. Now here's the
that
thing.
makes sense then.
Some of these things might be also not correct. This list might be saying that they use it, but they don't really. So I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to test these out.
Well, Gen War makes sense because you are in like a mech, right? So it makes sense. So you'd have like a stick, and then I guess because they based Congo's code probably partially on Gen War, that they just went ahead and said, "Oh well, it's in there. The code is in there. So let folks decide whether they want to use the mission stick or not." That's interesting.
Cool. Vadalva works with it.
Oh, Vadalva.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah,
that's crazy. Vadalva.
Bunch of Sega Ages stuff.
Like
Afterburner 2, Sega Ages works with it. Oh, that'd be good.
Do that. Oh,
nice.
Wait, was there a Space Harrier?
Space Harrier.
Yeah, Space Harrier.
Sega Ages Volume 2.
Nice.
I don't know. I've always been more of an
must.
Afterburner guy than a Space Harrier guy.
Well, sure, but I mean, still, it's a lot of fun. Space Harrier is great with the mission stick. Definitely.
Need for Speed works with it. That's kind of weird.
That is weird.
That's as weird as Congo. That might be weirder.
Yeah, that's weird. Where'd Pat
anyway,
go?
so
Did Pat just step out?
yeah, he had a call.
Okay, no
Yeah.
worries. You want to get into the news, or did you have another pickup?
Yeah, no, that was just two.
Just the two.
That was
Okay.
all I got. Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay.
Dan, you should charge the SHIRO funds for that mission stick for research purposes. No, that was my own money. That came out of the Dan fund, not the SHIRO fund.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, if you want to write a review on it? I'll make the argument to
Okay.
do a video and a review, and then
Look,
maybe
there's so
we could
much
do
news happening in the SHIRO community. I can barely keep up with it to stop and write a review on a mission stick. So.
Right. Okay. So let's bring up the browser and dig in. Let's see here. Browser. Where are you? Where is the browser? I don't know.
While you do that, Dave, I just want to say one last thing about the mission stick. There's some slight variation between the US one and the Japanese one.
How so?
I don't know. Some of the buttons are set up differently. So on the Japanese stick, it's the little round button on the joystick, but on the black one, it's kind of flush. It's a flush button.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So kind of like the Mark I Saturn pads are kind of different too.
Yeah, exactly.
I see. Interesting.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh yeah, no worries. Let's see. How far back do we go?
I was just fanboying over the new mission stick I got that I bought off of Chronoli. So yeah.
I'm sorry I missed it. Somebody called me in regards to the situation.
And Pat, look, I got a new anime waifu figure. I got Takina. For my anniversary. Yeah, from
Who's that?
Licorice Recoil. Licorice Recoil.
I don't think I saw that one.
It's a great anime. I love the anime. I have a bunch of Chisato ones. There's like two main girls, and so actually no, I guess I only have two Chisato ones. But I felt like they needed to have at least one Takina.
At least three of them. Yeah, I've been watching Delicious in Dungeon actually. That one's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, me too. That's a good show.
Did you finish it? Are you caught up, or you're still working?
No, I think there's like one more episode to watch. It wasn't dubbed yet when I was watching last weekend, so yeah, I'll be watching that probably tomorrow. And they already said season 2 is coming, so that's cool.
I'm excited. I love it. Honestly, I've been getting more into cooking when that came out. I was like, oh man.
Oh really?
Like
it does
I
make
got
me
really
hungry
watching it.
I watch it when I'm eating lunch. Actually, when Buddy I eat lunch, like or dinner, like feels very appropriate.
Yeah, I love Senshi. He's definitely the goat of that show.
Hey, Frog Bowl, how's it going? Welcome to the chat.
Yep, in the chat. Sorry, guys.
And Night is here too. I don't think I ever said hi when he got here. Hey, Night of Dragon.
Yeah,
we got a lot of viewers since I left. Maybe I'll leave again. We'll get more viewers.
Leave.
No,
come
don't
back.
leave. Don't leave. They all came here hoping you would come back.
That's
Shadow
right.
said it'd be funny if you guys gave a shout out to anyone watching Cinepack on their Saturns. Yeah, absolutely. Hello to anyone who's watching the show
people.
on their Saturns.
Shouts to Shadow Mask
for loading us on
giving us the show.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, shouts to Trekkies for making that amazing tool, and then Shadow Mask to converting it every week into a Saturn format.
Every week on our website, a post gets put up for when like the last SHIRO show is now up on like podcast forums and whatnot. And in that, I've started editing in a link to the download, the like Google Drive folder where you can download each week's show in Cinepack format, which Shadow Mask has been generating and putting in that folder. So thank you to him for that. So you can just go there, check out that post every week, and you can download it there.
So thanks to Ray, you can visit our website via your Saturn, and thanks to Shadow Mask, you can watch the SHIRO show via your Saturn. So isn't that amazing? This community is pretty awesome.
Welcome to the future, baby.
Welcome to the future of the past.
The past. We're going back to the past to watch some Saturn shows that kick ass.
Tom Kalinske is like, trust me, guys. One day this machine will be able to do so much stuff.
One day, three live streamers are gonna stream it on the Saturn. Trust me, it'll be awesome.
Trekkies is cooking. Yeah,
Your kids will love it.
Anyway, thanks to everybody for that. We appreciate it. And thanks Shadow for also being an amazing mod here too in our chat and stuff. Should we start by this announcement with Panda? Did we do this last time? Announcing Panda's video that's going
posted on Saturday.
Got it. Okay.
I think we mentioned it, but we can mention it again. That Pandemonium is has created his latest masterpiece. And it's about Sega Rally Championship. We were talking about earlier in the show. It's been available for about a week now for Patreon subscribers, people who subscribe to his Patreon as well as Shiro's. And there will be it'll be available to everyone to watch tomorrow. There's going to be a live premiere, and I guess Nick Pandemonium is going to be there in chat along with everybody. So make sure to check that out. Does the post say exactly when during the day?
It's going to be 12 p.m. EST.
3 p.m. 3 p.m. EST. Saturday, June 15th. Yeah, that's what it says right here.
12 p.m. PST. Sorry.
Well,
3 p.m.
It should be.
So
3 p.m.
12 p.m.
EDT because we're in daylight time.
So that's 12. Yeah, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. What does that equal in UK?
It's a lot of hours in the UK.
It's 8 p.m. UK. It's 5 hours ahead of EDT.
Okay. Well, wait. It's 3 p.m. We start Shiro Show at 3 p.m. right? So in the UK that's 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be Yeah, so it'll be 11 o'clock. You guys will have to stay up to watch the beginning, or you'll have to really stay up late if you want to watch the whole thing.
Get a lot of cokes and keep your eyes. Duct tape your eyes.
Speaking of, where's our Tom Fum? Where's Tom Fum? Where's all our folks from the UK? Oh, but we do have James, of course, from the Sega guys. But yeah, no, definitely. So I'll show folks. You mind if I show them the trailer real quick?
No.
Yeah, by all means.
They can watch it.
Okay, awesome. So here, without further ado, is the trailer. If you guys have been living under a rock and you haven't watched it yet, here we go.
Any problems for your car at all?
No, no.
No mechanical problems?
No,
nothing?
nothing.
How are you enjoying it?
Yeah, of course.
Tiring, you look tired.
Yeah. Thank you.
See you later.
Servicing the cars will be vital to the survival of all the cars on the rally. And this year, Asian entries are sparing no expense to try to grab some limelight in Asia's most prestigious rally event.
Flashback, the memory coming back.
There it is. That's awesome. Very hype.
For the Patreon footage, it's actually available now on Patreon if you guys want to watch it. You can subscribe to our Patreon, or I don't know if I think he sends out the Ko-fi links. Or no, you can consider the Pandemonium's Patreon or Patreon. I think it might be too late if you are on Ko-fi, so I think he already sent out the links to that. But if you're going as Patreon or ours, I believe you can get that video early. I don't know what the tier is for his, but at the $3 and up tier, you can watch the Sega Rally right now if you want.
Thanks, Bob, for the $2. Thanks, Bob, for the $2. Dave, midnight snacks, budget or buttery? I'm gonna say budget, because see, it's always like a dual thing.
Popcorn.
I mean, technically, yeah. If it's popcorn, that's buttery. But I mean, it's also budget because that's a good way to put on extra weight.
Yeah,
I'm trying to cut that out.
That's a good idea, Dave. I've been trying to cut down too. I don't go to really fast food anymore, and it's been nice not eating all my day's calories in one meal. It's been really nice not to do.
Yeah.
Well,
don't recommend that.
Yeah. I like to wait and eat dessert with my wife after the kids go to bed because I want to actually enjoy it. And like when the kid, at dinner, like the kids are being all crazy and everything like that. But I mean, at the same time, I've just decided like I can't eat sugar that late. I just can't do that because it's just not good. My body can't metabolize it that well as it is, and eating it late is just bad. So I don't do like sugar or alcohol after like 9 p.m. as
yeah,
a
I mean
general.
that's good though because your body just like packs it on at that point.
It
when you
does.
eat it that
Yeah.
late, close to
Yeah,
bed.
exactly.
I mean, I can't get to bed unless I drink a fifth of Henny.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
I
that
drink myself to sleep and cry.
Pandemonium said in chat, Ko-Fi subs get, I guess it should be coffee. Coffee subs
Coffee
get
sub.
the emails. $3 and up
Coffee.
tiers on Panda or Shiro get the early access too. So there you go.
thank you, Nick, for never giving up and
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for doing
just
that's amazing, Nick. I'm
editing
excited.
the hell out of that thing and researching the hell out of it. And it ended
honestly,
up
I
being
wish I could talk about it because there's this one thing that I almost like, oh my god, when I saw it, but
right.
oh man, like
Okay.
you're gonna blow your mind. Like he's done stuff that he didn't tell us about. Like
Yeah.
he never informed us, so I don't know.
Surprise.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a bit like there was this one big surprise, and I imagine everyone will be surprised once they see it. But I think you guys know what I'm talking about with something that happens in the video.
Okay. Yeah. Well, don't
You'll
spoil
figure-
it. But yeah,
you'll figure
no.
it
I
out.
mean,
But yeah, that blew my mind.
there's a lot of love in that video. You could definitely tell Nick loves this game, and you know, and that it was a passion project for sure. Like, you know, outside of just, you know, his video series being a passion project, but I mean, like, he really loves this game and put a lot of time and effort into it. So it's and it shows. So
Well, Panda, no vacation for you because you've got like 211 more games to review. So
Right?
get on it, buddy.
yeah.
Come on.
Well, I know
when
he's
we
got
give it
another
up-
one. He's got another one kind of like in the pipe. Like what is it? The next
Yeah.
one is Toge. Spear.
High velocity,
High velocity.
Hot
Yeah.
chocolate, high velocity.
King
which was
Spirits.
Toge in Japan.
Right, right. Yeah, so that's, and I know that's one that he's already like
Nice. I
started
am looking forward to the
researching
high
and stuff.
velocity video because
Hey
that's
Panda,
That'll be fun.
Panda, how much would it cost you, Kofi wise, if you include that video, hot chocolate, high velocity, in your review?
it's a
Come on,
Genki
just
game.
look-
Yes,
just
high
look at the
velocity is a
price.
Genki game.
Cave though, right? Wait, no, is it Genki? I thought
Developed high velocity.
Genki developed
Toge.
it. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was Cave. No, it's Cave. Yeah.
Oh, it is Cave? Did I get
Yeah,
tricked?
because Genki's
said
very
Genki?
differently.
Who's
Genki's very different. They did
Oh,
they
Genki did the Drift King
Drift King
game, right?
97, yeah, Tokyo Highway
Yeah.
Challenge. Yeah, no, this is different. It's Cave and you know, same Cave that did you know, Dodonpachi and Steep Slope and
Yeah.
the sushi, or not sushi, but soba delivery game,
Soba Delivery,
Deli Soba
yeah.
Deluxe. Yeah, so I mean, very eclectic development team. But yeah,
Actually,
so
Leslie McDowell, that wasn't obscured by clouds. That was actually careful with that axe, Eugene.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
well, moving right along, I will let's see here. We'll go to the next. Let's get past that. We got nearly 24 Tilt Shiro Community Challenge. Cecil wrote this up. Did you want to do the honors, Dan? Talk about.
I can't, although I am going to talk about Blast Swing next because that's my story. So
I could do this
She
one.
was in the Shinobi video,
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah. Who's got it? I'll take it. Okay, so
okay, you take it.
So for folks who don't know, last month we had a pinball challenge, and we talked about it quite a bit on Shiro Show. Some of these folks were like incredible, like unhuman, like what they were capable of doing, and I just didn't even. It blew my mind. Like I was seeing billions, like you know, multiple billions, and I was only able to like score in the millions. I just kind of gave up. But like some of these folks are ball masters, to put it aptly.
They're master ball handlers.
Master
They sure
ball
are.
They know
handlers.
They know how to cup some ball.
They know
Good
how
Lord.
to handle some multi balls.
double sack.
Double sack. I don't want to just like read the article, but I mean, yeah. So Kaze is the developer that made the digital pinball series on the Saturn. You had Glass Gladiators, then an updated version of it, version 9.7, built on the Necronomicon, what would be the Necronomicon engine. And those are both two like phenomenal, the best. Objectively, I think speaking, the best pinball games on the Saturn. Incredibly enjoyable, even for somebody who's not that great at pinball games. I totally have a blast with those games, but I definitely my hats off to folks who like Private Eye and Double Dime and
didn't Private Eye like
Stu.
sweep every category on digital pinball 9.7?
It was unreal. Yeah, it was just really unreal.
Yeah.
Like every time I thought, and he
Billions
just
of
kept
points.
outdoing himself. You know.
Yeah.
Now I imagine like, and they said,
Huge
you know,
congrats to
some
him.
of these sittings were like almost an hour sitting, you know, to get
Yeah.
those kind of scores, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, these folks, with Private Eye said with every table, he learned the approximate moments that each flipper should be activated in order to hit the desired target. And whenever possible, he tried to catch the ball with the flippers in order to set up further shots, opting for a more methodical strategy over a basic hit and hope approach. So, I mean...
So my approach.
Well, yeah.
this
So my
game.
approach, I took Double Dime's advice, which was just don't drain. You know, like
Yeah.
So that
Which I drained so much
whole
anyway.
my
My
whole
best
approach is just like is one of panic and just like hoping that I don't drain. You know, whereas like he's really, you know, trying to handle those balls, you know, with those flippers and trying to set up his shots, you know. But in order to do that, you really have to learn these tables, just like somebody learns every nuance of a track in a racing game. They Double Dime kind of did like a machine translation of some of these these table layouts, you know, so that folks in the community challenge knew exactly what each thing did, you know. And so they were really able to like capitalize on all the different modes and the different like multipliers and know exactly where you wanted the ball to go. And to do that, you really had to spend a ton of time with this game and get deep into it. And Double
As a
Dime,
spoiler for people, this is going to be rocking the Saturn Lounge.
is it? Oh, that'll be awesome.
Absolutely.
That'll be
I'm
awesome.
gonna put the soundtrack on.
Oh, you're gonna include this with in the soundtrack in the Saturn Lounge. I thought you
Yeah,
were saying we're gonna have a. I wouldn't be opposed to a Necronomicon station.
Oh, yeah, we're putting it on a little bit.
Nice.
They'll
nice.
definitely be played. Sega Rally definitely happening. Virtual on 1,000% happening. I
And
still
all
need to whip Dave's butt.
Both of the soundtracks on Last Gladiators and Necronomicon absolutely shred. Be it the John Petrucci
They're
one
good.
or the folks that are just these Japanese band, in-house bands with the guitars and stuff like that.
Insanely good.
It's insanely good. Yeah, so it's
That
a fun
opening track, the dun 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 dun. That's like my favorite one. Holy crap!
Double Dime said, I thought that my score of 69 billion would be easy enough to claim the top spot in Cult of the Bloody Tongue, only for Double Dime to top it. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. This is still Private Eye saying, I thought that my score of 69 billion would be easy enough to claim the top spot in Cult of the Bloody Tongue, only for Double Dime to top it with a score of 72 billion.
Wow, I can't believe Double Dime.
In the dying
congrats.
moments
He
of
beat
the
the
tables
nice
weekly,
numbers.
that was a weekly challenge, so it was only open for a moment, and Double Dime grabbed it. After that, Dreamlands was my last chance to place first on a Necronomicon table, and I knew that I had to give it my all in order to accomplish that. And then, of course, was it Stewart? Let's see here. Dirty Chancer. Exactly. Yeah, so fellow Discord server member Dirty Chancer, who goes by Stu in the challenge, rounded out the leaderboard with a high score of 5.4 billion on Necronomicon's Arkham table. Arkham, I think, had lower scores all around. Like, and you could definitely tell, like, some of these tables, folks were able
That
to
was
abuse.
tough.
Yeah, like some tables, folks were able to abuse and score in like the multiple billions, and then some, it was like, oh wow, everyone on this challenge has like a lower score on this table, so it must be brutal. You know, there must not be very many opportunities to like capitalize. But yeah, so. Again, I just can't even tell you, like, when we started the challenge, 5.4 billion was like an unthinkable number, you know, because again, a lot of us just getting into this, we're scoring in like the high millions. And so when folks broke into the billions, I thought, you know, that was ridiculous when I saw someone with 9 billion, but it would prove to be
72 billion. Holy crap.
I'm curious, does he say anything about world records if any records?
I'm not sure anybody looked up world records for this game.
I know Gregory was tracking that on some of the other games, but yeah, on some of the other stuff like STC and but it would be interesting to know, like, with a score like Private Eyes, if any kind of world records got broken there, because those are incredible.
To be fair, a lot of them probably require a lot of video footage. So
Right.
not saying anybody's cheated in this challenge. I'm just saying that, you know.
But
You
the
probably have to do
websites
it
that
again.
track that stuff don't know. So
Yeah.
So you have to actually. I mean, you know in your soul, or if you want to replay it, just film it.
And I know
yeah.
Gregory Rasputin was kind of like the one who started these community challenge, but I know Double Dime has kind of stepped up and he's part of the, what is it, that little
the council.
The council. I was going to say committee, but the council chat.
Council of
yeah,
Shiros.
I know he's taken an active role in this as well. And he says we're looking for lesser known Saturn exclusives with multiple challenges. And Digital Pinball, Last Gladiators, and Necronomicon really fit the bill. With 7 tables total, we had plenty for the month and weekly challenges.
I'd love to do a time attack for Sega Rally in honor of Nick's video. Possible that would be though, but that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, that would be pretty rad. Sorry,
Double
regarding
Dime.
Sega Rally.
Yeah, like just a Sega Rally one.
Yeah. Oh my
I
God!
think
If
that'd
we
be a
have
lot of fun.
if we do a Sega Rally challenge, I have no doubt there will be like a bunch of folks that you don't recognize coming in from like from the all over the internet. You know, being like, oh, I heard there was a Sega Rally challenge. Folks get really competitive about that game, and there's a bunch of folks out there who are really good at it. So I wouldn't be surprised if
I just know that if we did it, I'd have a chance of being the highest score because I think the world record's like 54 seconds or something
for what?
for beach or sorry, desert.
Oh, for desert?
Is desert like 54? I think. Is the
No.
world record?
World record is like 53.
Oh,
down
that's not too
in the
bad.
low 53s. So like right now I'm at like 54.25. And that's hard. That's I got to do everything right with that. But yeah, like
I
there
mean,
are some folks who
I
are.
could be in that range, so I'd
You
feel
could?
happy about that.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, community challenge was awesome. We took a break for June, of course, as folks know. Like we started doing that a couple months ago, so we take a break off. I think folks are still doing stuff though, right? Like folks are
Yes,
still
they
kind of
are.
just for fun. They're doing virtual on, right?
Yeah, there's like an informal like community challenge going on with virtual on right
Well, like
now.
for folks who
But no
don't
one's
want to
helping.
quit, they're like, no, I don't want to break. I want to keep going.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're doing like an informal thing like that. It's not, there's no patches. We're not like, promoting the heck out of it, but there are a bunch of folks in there that are partaking in that as kind of an informal challenge. So it seems like, if you're if you're competitive and you're into these challenges, there's always something for you in the SHIRO Community Challenge channel.
Yeah,
So
Tom-
thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pat.
Tom
Didn't
Fun
mean-
is in the chat and he
Oh,
likes
Tom's
Pat's
here.
t-shirt.
Hey.
Yeah, he likes my Initial D t-shirt. Tom Fun's been rocking some awesome t-shirts. Like he had a Wu-Tang t-shirt on one of his podcasts and us on it on his podcast. So nothing but respect. Shout out I forgot the name of his podcast. Tom, put your name in your podcast so I can shout it in the chat. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of it. I'm a pretty bad fan. So.
I'm a pretty bad
But yeah,
fan.
like Initial D, love Initial D, one of the best shows of all time. I got that at the con. Game Older Podcast, that's what it was.
Game
A
Older
really good
Podcast.
podcast.
Yeah.
Go subscribe to that now.
Nice name.
Great
Yeah.
podcast.
And thanks to Cecil for this write-up, and thanks to all the community
thank you, Cecil. It's
organizers
amazing.
for the event. I can't wait to see what Moose did for the patches, because I know what they look like from a design aspect, but I haven't seen like the finished minted patches, so it'll be interesting to see. Next up, we've got a Danthrax article on the Blastwind dub. Go for
Patch.
it.
Yeah.
Patch.
Yeah, so last weekend, a new fan patch came out for the Technosoft Shoot 'em Up Blastwind, and you might think, well, why do we need that? Because like a lot of it's a shmup and it's got a lot of English in the option screens and whatnot. But I mean, it does have a story going for it too, including in the intro sequence. So an industrious fan of Blastwind by the name of CF, who is also known as Terry in our chat, went ahead and put out a casting call for voice actors and got two of them to record record a couple of voices in the game. One of them is a narrator, and that's how they actually translated the intro sequence to this game. I guess the graphics that are shown in the intro are all they're all compressed, and so Terry wasn't able to find exactly where they were in the game files. So the easier route to go was to actually like record an English translation, a voice actor just saying what's happening there, and then adding that into the sound files. Because I guess the sound file, the
interesting.
music, that's because normally there isn't a Japanese voice speaking during the intro. It's just music and subtitles. So, it's easy enough to just take that uncompressed audio and add a voice to it. So that's cool. And we have in the story here a little recording I did of the intro. I guess also at one point the main villain of the game, the leader of the Gorn Empire, speaks in the original game, but and in English, no less. But I guess I haven't heard it myself, to be fair. But Terry said that it is so unintelligible that they just wanted to go ahead and have someone re-record that with, in a way that you can actually understand it. So that's super cool. Now, the thing is, Terry did not originally set out to do all this English dubbing. They originally wanted to make the music louder because I guess for decades people have complained that Blastwind has bad audio balancing where the sound effects just totally consume the music. You can't hear the music anymore. It has awesome music, but you have to go into the options and pump the music up specifically in the option screen just to be able to hear the music while you're playing the game.
Oh, really?
So,
same issue in Doom Eternal.
Yes. Oh, really?
Yeah, the music in the original Doom 2016 was very, very in your face, punching in the face. But Eternal was really low. I was like, what the heck is this? So I had to crank it all the way up to get that same effect. And even then, it didn't really hit the same way Doom 2016 did. But that's besides the point. Sorry about that. I just want to point that out.
Minor aside. So it's the same sort of problem that's still happening today. But Blastwind had that problem too. So Terry just went ahead and kind of boosted up all that music in the game and added that into the patch. They also did a couple other things, some script injections to fix typos in the original English portions of the game, like changing Atlantis with 2 S's to 1 S. And then they also included with the patch, the zip file that the patch comes in, a guide to this game to try to beat it on just one credit, because I guess there isn't really a guide to this game on the English-speaking internet anyway.
Oh, really?
Probably there's something in Japanese. Yeah. So, and this is one of Terry's favorite games. So they were like, I want to put out some kind of a guide to help people to appreciate this game more too.
Nice.
So, oh yeah, I also have a little video here that I recorded showing a comparison between the music in the original game and the patch. I don't know if you can.
Did you want me to try to play that? I can try.
Yeah,
Let me see. I'm not sure if the audio is set to output from the browser, but let me see. I might. Advanced audio properties, browser, monitor and output.
There actually is a is a list on our website on SegaSaturnShiro.com. There's a list of all the fan
Global nuclear war has ravaged the Earth. Only a pocket of humanity survived after escaping into the prophet Noah's spaceship. However, hundreds of years passed and life support systems became exhausted. With no other choice, the humans returned to Earth's surface. Unbeknownst to them, a new civilization had taken over the surface. The invaders from Earth's crust, Gorn. Humanity soon realized Gorn's cybernetic empire was far too powerful for them to defeat alone. But all hope is not lost. The human federal government managed to unearth 2 ancient superweapons. The people of Noah have entrusted their fate to the 2 super warriors of Project Blastwind. The super warriors known only as Form.
Moose Check, no, it's not AI. They are actual professional voice actors.
I was gonna say it's so professional. It almost sounded like AI. But so you said that was a professional voice actor?
Yep, I'm bringing it up
good.
right now.
It sounded really good.
Here we go. That was Nina played the narrator there, Nina Nikolic, and then the Gorn leader, who I don't have for it, sorry, because he's later in the game. That's voiced by Noir Thornton, and I do have links to their they're like professional pages in my story on the website. Now, there's another video on here, Dave, that shows.
Yeah, I'm playing it right now. I wanted to wait for you to finish because I didn't want to play it over you. But yeah, here it goes. Game's patched audio. So it's like a better mix then, basically.
Yeah, I pumped up the music.
Yeah, it sounds good.
The jam, pump it.
That's awesome. This is
you can
for
tell
English,
the difference, right?
Yeah, for English speakers, I would say this is kind of like the way to play it. They put this on your satiator, you know, replay. That's awesome. Unless you're one of those folks who just like hates dubs, you know, and then just go learn Japanese and read all that. Yeah, but no, that's excellent.
But I want it in Japanese.
Shouts to also
subtitles.
Also, shouts to Dan the Mega Driver for doing a really great video as well over on the Sega Guys channel. Check it out. Did a nice little overview of this as well with some takeaways, and well worth a watch.
If one of our mods wants to put the link to it, I can put a pin on the video for it if you guys want to watch it.
Yeah, for sure. Shouts to Terry for putting this kind of love.
And Terry didn't just do
CF,
hacking or whatever. Also known as CF on the Sega Extreme Discord, where they did put a resource page up for this.
Nice.
But also shout outs to Derek A-Team, who helped Terry create a batch file to easily patch this game. This doesn't use the Sega Saturn patcher. I guess there were some issues with it. They couldn't get it working. So instead it uses the X Delta patcher, and you don't even need to have the X Delta patcher on your system. When you download this patch zip file, it'll come with it, and you don't even have to interact with it. You just double click the batch file, and it'll just work. All you have to do is take the copy of Blastwind, the original Japanese copy that you have definitely ripped from your legally owned copy, and you put it in a particular folder
nice.
that gets unzipped from the zip file, and then hit the batch file, and off you go. So thanks to Derek for that.
Off you go.
And
Terry's got their eye on Guardian Heroes as well as a possible next project.
Yep. Yeah, Terry actually is no stranger to hacks of games. They have a pretty extensive resume on romhacking.net. This was their first Saturn one though, but it may not be their last, because they do want to work on Guardian Heroes. I guess there's an intro sequence that had dialogue in the original Japanese version that was cut out in the US release, in the Western release rather. So I guess they want to maybe hire a voice actor. I would guess probably get a voice actor.
Voice actor, you know who to come to. I'll do some.
Hey, there you
go. Some voice acting. Oh man, this Guardian of those Heroes has really been killing me recently.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, you've already been in Bulk Slash, so.
Yeah, exactly. I got the credits, so yeah. If you guys need a voice actor for for stuff, you know who. Yeah. I also did Pandemonium's videos.
That's
too.
right. That's right. Yes. He was in Pandemonium's.
We all were in Pandemonium's video. This last one.
So that'll be a fun little Easter egg for folks to the cameo.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the Virtua Cop one. I don't think I'm in the new one.
No.
You are. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
you are.
I'm only playing. I was just trying to surprise people.
Okay.
It's all good. But no, I am in his next video. I'm not telling you where, but if you listen closely, you'll hear me, Dan, and Dave in it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yes. You'll have to watch the whole thing to find it. So
yeah, we say some cool stuff like, this is a game that does things.
This is a game that we made, and it was hard, but we did
it. Exactly. That's exactly what I said. That's a verbatim quote. You can quote me on that.
Next up, we've got a Best of Saturn that Peter wrote up. Feda remake, the Emblem of Justice.
Feta cheese.
Hashtag Best of Saturn. Yeah, not Feta, but Feda, Feda. But what does that stand for, actually? So this was a remake of a game that came out on Yeah, FEDA or Feda, the Emblem of Justice, a 1994 Super Famicom strategy role-playing game, got a Saturn remake treatment exclusively in Japan in mid-1996. The Balformian Empire is rife with corruption and appears on the verge of imploding. Taking the roles of soldiers Brian and Ain, you defect from the Empire and work to liberate its oppressed populace. So you've got this top-down view here with the kind of the grid battle system. And then it's an SRPG with gameplay alternating between in-town exploration and upgrading and tactical battles in the field. The draw is that there are peaceful ways to end battles. So your characters can align to chaos. Always killing all enemies or law pacifism. It's got these, here's what the battle scene looks like. It's kind of like this widescreen
can you
view
kill
with
citizens. I want to play that game.
Some interesting, very nice looking hand-drawn artwork over some like background, more like I wouldn't call them generic, but basically you got the background painting kind of things, and then you got the foreground sprites, but they're very detailed sprites, as you can see here. Lots of detail. Text heavy. The game features gorgeous pixel art and
furries in there. Sweet. Now I
long
really
drawn out battles. So if you guys like long drawn out battles, this game's for you. I never played the original on SNES, and it's not an exception with the Saturn. I haven't played this one either probably because of the language barrier. As you could see, a lot of the menus and stuff still text is in Japanese, but you could probably figure it out. Yeah, probably figure it out. I'm not.
If that character looks familiar, that art style, that character looks familiar, but just in this game, at the bottom.
Can I say it? What I think?
Yeah, sure.
Is it the artist from Cyber Speedway? No. Okay. All right. Fine. It looks kind of like the same artist. Who is it?
The artist of this game, the character designer, was Tamaki Yoshitaka, who also did Shining Force. But he didn't just do the character designs in Feda here. He also wrote the script. This is one of the 2 games he's credited with writing the script. The other one, I think, is Landstalker on the Mega Drive / Genesis. Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. So
that actually does surprise me, because this art style, just looking at it, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Ooh, it does have a fan translation on
that's cool.
on Super Nintendo. So if you guys want to,
really,
so you can play the original on Super Nintendo. Okay,
but, I don't think you get the beautiful artwork. That's
I don't think you're gonna get like the enhanced artwork and stuff. But and look, there's transparencies here.
He did Landstalker, yes. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, Landstalker. Okay.
Did you do Time Stalker as well, or just Landstalker?
No, he wrote Landstalker.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And did the
there
art.
You go. Another.
So Shining Force 2 had a different
known.
artist, but he did Shining Force 1, and he also did Shining in the Darkness, I want to say.
Oh, okay. Shining Force 1 and Shining in the Darkness. Okay. I see. Cool. Well, yeah, no, the artwork here looks really good. And again, Peter's been coming with these like lesser known games that have like really good artwork too. The one that we looked at last time also had really good artwork. What was that? I'll scroll to it. It was it was this one, Mado Monogatari. That one I remember was a compile game, and it had some really good sprite work right there.
Characters.
Exactly. Yeah.
I still can't believe that's technically a spin-off. It's kind of like how Puzzle Bobble is a spin-off to Buffle Bobble.
Yeah, right. It is.
That's fine to me.
Yeah. So I mean, if you guys have scoured the Saturn library and are looking for something else, check out Feda cheese.
If you actually want to play it, you can play it on Super Nintendo as well. There's a fan translation. So
next up, but certainly not last, we've got another surprise I think Dan's gonna publish. But before we do, this is another Cecil Harvey article.
He's been
Pat,
busy this week.
Did you want to take this, Pat, or is Dan gonna take? You want to? Okay, go for it.
I talk a little bit. I just need to pull up the article real quick. So basically, our last 2 tournaments that we've been running have been Super Bomberman and Puzzle Bobble 3. I was a lucky participant on Bomberman, which I actually did pretty good. I was surprised how good I did, but I actually had to drop out because of some personal stuff that came up in my life. So that was kind of a sadness. I really wish I could have stayed on there.
I had to drop out because I sucked. and I got my ass beat.
You're forced to drop out.
We'll play some Dave at
I love
PRG.
this game, and I'm actually pretty good at it, or at least I thought. But Dan here is very good at it.
Yeah, Dan, he made it. He was third place. You went.
That's
third
right.
place, right, Dan?
What, in Puzzle Bobble?
Yeah.
No, don't short sell me. I got second place.
Second place.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what
second.
I thought.
Oh, sorry,
I thought it was
second. Yeah,
I thought he was
second.
second place.
Second. Everybody,
just
give,
demurred
everyone
him.
do a clap emoji for Dan in the chat, please.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Dan
look at
deserves
this.
Well, the big congrats goes to Gregory Rasputin, who beat my ass not once but twice.
He organized.
Because I lost him once, and then I got kicked over to the loser bracket at the top of the loser bracket, where I went up against Dan Retrospectors in the Dan versus Dan match, Faded by Destiny. I did manage to win there, so I went back to the winners bracket for the big finale against Gregory, where I gave him a little bit of a better fight that time, I think, but yeah, he still prevailed
honestly,
in the end. So
shouts to Double Dime for like putting these brackets together. Look at this, like
yeah,
awesome.
they always look good.
It's a far cry from where we started, you know, with what the first Virtua Fighter remix or whatever it was. But there's so many people involved, and just keeping everything straight. I'm not sure. That's awesome, you know. So shouts to Double Dime for organizing this and tracking it. But yeah, what else can you tell us about this, Pat?
So basically, we had some quotes from some people played. So this felt like a must-win, if I'm being honest. Rasputin said, "My friend group had been playing Bust a Move 4 regular for 15 years now. We'd even hosted small tournaments for the game. So I honestly, it's shocked. I can't believe how good. Like, he has always friends that train him on stuff. Like, he's like, oh yeah, I had to do a friend that was like amazing at Virtual, and he taught me. And it's like, oh yeah, I had all these friends that do it. Dang it, Gregory, stop being good at games."
Right.
Yeah.
And Double Dime. Both of you.
Honestly,
both
I
of
did
them.
not realize that he had been like playing Puzzle Bobble competitively for 15 years against a group of people. Like, I feel kind of like he was a ringer now.
Both him and Double Dime are so good. It's like they create these things like, I'm gonna kick everybody's ass.
Y'all don't know what you're getting into.
But no, I mean, I seriously, I wish I could be as good at games as these guys.
Yeah, no, I wish so too. That's what I want to do for Sega Rally. I want to be known as the Stratos dude. I want to get good with the Stratos and be the best Stratos driver.
That is such a goal, Pat, and I applaud you for having such a goal. Good luck.
I want to do it.
No, but yeah, no, I mean it's a wild horse. I will say that it is a wild horse. If you can tame it, then all
every horse
power
can
to
be
you.
tamed if you work hard enough. So
yeah.
Once I get first place and get that Stratos, oh boy, you better be watching your back, guys.
I'll be watching my back. So yeah, shouts to Dan here, Dan Trax, for going the distance. Well, almost going the distance. He went. He came from the losers bracket, right? So it was a comeback. And
I was in the loser bracket for one match because I lost to Gregory at the top of the winners bracket.
Oh, okay.
That sent me to the top of the losers bracket, where I play against Dan Retrospectors, beat him, went back to the winners bracket.
That was the battle of the Dans. The battle,
right,
exactly, legendary.
So yeah, now Cecil didn't just write about this tournament, right, Pat?
Yeah, no, of course.
Oh, he wrote about Bomberman too.
The Bomberman one, which was a fun one that I was included.
That was the one before. Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, that was really fun. I'm surprised. I think me and Dave played it. Did you play in it, Dan?
No, I didn't have my Netlink yet when that was out. Like, I got it toward the end of that tournament, so I didn't have it by the time it was starting.
But yeah, me and Dave played in it. Unfortunately, I had to drop out of that one due to some life stuff that happened, so I could not finish that. But I really wish I could have played Dave. I think I could have taken Hawk Zero, and I could have done that, and I would have fought Dave and beat him up. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I lasted a little while here. You know, it looks like I had a few rounds, and ultimately I lost what was it, Hawk Zero? It was a good game. It was, you know, we had you know, some connections were good, some connections were not so good, but for the most part, it was all very playable. And yeah, you know, everybody, it was a fun tournament for sure. Did you want to read the quote here? Basically.
Yeah, sure. There's a couple of them. So Michigan Bishop basically said, I can still remember the first time I played Bomberman. I had a friend in elementary school who invited me over to his house, and that was the first day I went to his house, and his mother was sitting there playing a Japanese version of Bomberman on Super Famicom. I remember saying it was the best version. And in any case, since then, I've always been a fan of buying it for myself or at a friend's house, and I still play it in multiplayer mode to this day. So there's a lot of questions there. I'm surprised that his mom not only do they have a Super Famicom, but his mom was playing it as well. I guess I like to hear the story about that. That'd be an interesting one.
Yeah, definitely. You're like, I need more info.
Yeah, but he defeated Blue Moon 95, who really went on a really big winning streak and just blew everybody away.
That's right.
Kind of was insane.
He's up here.
And I believe he's the winner. He was the winner of it as well, right?
It was Miction, right?
Miction, yeah, Miction.
Yeah, Miction.
Oh yeah, Miction. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I thought you meant Blue Moon. Yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot of really good players. Yeah.
Definitely.
Just really
congrats to them.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy, and they did a great job. Like, I am glad I didn't fight Blue Moon or Miction, because I'm sure I was gonna get my butt kicked in from doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for the next tournament, which I believe we're gonna announce here shortly, right?
Yes,
that's the idea.
That time?
Sure.
Is everybody
it can be.
ready? We have the special announcement here. So, the Puzzle Bobble tournament was the 6th online Netlink X-Band tournament that SHIRO has run over the last couple of years. So the 7th one has been decided, and I have been. It's not on the website yet, Dave, but I'll put it up now.
No problem. Fun fact: if you guys were paying really close attention, I accidentally published it earlier today. So if let me know in the comments if you happen to know what you think it is. But I mean, yes. I think we're
technical
good.
Difficulties.
Yeah, technical difficulties.
So yeah, I've been helping to test this a little bit with the council, I guess you could say. We had considered this game, and then we're like, well, it might need some modifications to make it really like tournament worthy, right? So we went to our good friend Bo Bales and asked, hey, can you figure out how to change the scoring in this game? And of course, he figured it out in like a day.
Right.
And then Double I was like, hey, could you make this control scheme a little better? And he figured it out in 3 hours and came back with another updated patch. So what game am I talking about? It's Duke Nukem 3D. Woo! That will be our next Netlink tournament game. It's starting up pretty much. Well, I mean, the signups are starting up right now. You can go over to the SHIRO Discord.
All right.
And
hail to the king.
And because hail to the king. And because this game is not as sensitive to lag, it plays pretty well even if you have a lag connection.
Right.
We're gonna expand this tournament to be worldwide.
Damn,
wherever you're living, not
bastards.
just for North America. Yeah, wherever you're living, you can join this tournament. And so because of that, we're expanding the bracket to 32 participants, not just 16. So we're hoping to get 32 people. Everybody sign up and play this.
I think we have to have the Sega guys, right? They've got their Netlink modems. They've got to be on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm ready. I was born and bred with the first-person shooter, so I'm gonna have to get some map awareness.
I'm already out of gum.
And start. I'm gonna have to start cleaning up the bracket. So
a little more detail on the two changes to this new version of it, which we're calling Duke Nukem 3D Tournament Edition. One of them is that the fact that when you do Duke match, and this is going to be a Duke match,
when you do a Dookie,
first to 5 points, and then like best of 3, rounds wins the match or whatever. So the way that Duke Nukem normally works when you're playing online is when one person kills the other person, the person who killed gets +1 points because you got a score at the top. The person who died gets -1 points. So now you got 1 to -1. Then if the person who died originally kills the other person back, now they get +1 points to 0. The other person gets -1 points to 0. So now you're 0-0 again. So it's like if you've got a back and forth match going, you never really know who's gotten 5 kills unless you're just like internally trying to count in your heads, which if you're in the middle of a competition, like who's going to be able to do that? That's going to be really hard, or maybe one person miscounts and then you're having an argument in the middle of the game about whether somebody got 5 points or not.
Sure.
So, we're like trying to figure out, well, what are we going to do about this? I said, well, okay, if we could just hack the game to not do the subtract 1 every time someone dies, then it would just simply be counting up kills like we want. So we asked Bo Bales, can you figure that out? And he hadn't poked around in any of these lobotomy games before. So this is like a first for him. And it was helpful for him because he said this is going to help him to look into Duke Nukem more and to look into the other 2 lobotomy software games, Power Slave and Quake. So that's super cool. We'll get some new stuff, hopefully, out of this as well.
Nice.
So he was able to figure it out. So now it'll just count up to 5. And then once you hit 5 points, then you just quit out of the game and just restart. It'll just be, so there is a little bit of, the players have to just know what you're doing. The game's not going to do it for you, because normally the game will only end once somebody reaches the end of the level.
Right.
And so we're going to be playing on Hollywood Holocaust and Red Light District, just those 2 stages. You'll just go back and forth for your 3 matches.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to make it easier to train then.
Yes, and by the way, thanks to Double Dime for writing the story up. He wrote a whole thing on our website, which is now available. And Double Dime said, please don't go past the arcade room in the Hollywood Holocaust stage. Don't go past the strip club room in the Red Light District, so that the players don't go forever without, running into each other. Matches might take forever if you're just lost in the stage.
Right. Okay.
We can still go after the rocket launcher behind the movie screen, right?
Yeah, that's definitely.
Okay, that's all I need to know. I just need to make sure when I start the game, run directly to that area.
Now we know your strategy, Pat. What have you done? So to avoid slowdown as much as possible, you must use an Ethernet cable from your running from your Saturn or from your PC or your Raspberry Pi to your modem. You cannot go wireless. Also, it's mandatory, Double Dime says, to do a complete reboot of your internet router and modem devices before the match to make sure that that everything is working as best as possible. And streaming the match is forbidden to help you have the best possible connection speed. By all means, record your match like offline and then post it online later. That'll be super cool to see, but I guess streaming is banned. Just make sure that there aren't any packets lost.
That's going to be an issue for me, though, because then my roommate also uses the modem, so I can't exactly reboot my router.
Yeah.
So
well, just tell Double Dime that you did, and I'll believe you, Pat. It'll be okay.
Okay, yeah, because that's my only issue is that I have a roommate that actually does pretty sensitive stuff, and I have a server, so I can't exactly reboot my modem.
He's just always downloading porn. That's what that means by sensitive.
My NAS.
Just kidding.
You're very defensive all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Pat.
you're very like I hit a nerve with you, didn't I? No, but there's also there's also this new controller configuration. Tell us about that. That's really cool.
He means to set on the USB modem. I thought he meant my actual router in my house. I was like, oh yeah, I cannot do that.
No, he definitely means the actual internet router and modem. That's what he meant.
Okay. Okay, so, yeah, that's gonna be a bit.
I guess do it if you can. Do it if you can.
I'll try my best. I can't make promises because my roommate's gonna stab me in the chest if I do.
Yeah, don't get stabbed. That's the more important thing, to not get stabbed. So anyway, the control scheme. There's a second thing that was edited in this particular version of the game, and that is the Jarvan 3D pad controls have been made default. This control scheme is originally in Duke Nukem 3D, but it's normally only accessible with a cheat code where you have to type in start YYZZXXYXZ, and that will switch your controls to where the face buttons are essentially like WASD keys. You're moving forward, backward, sidestepping left to right using the B, C, Y, Z buttons, and then you use your analog stick to look.
I gotcha.
So what this version of the game does is it makes that the default, and you can put that cheat code that I named in there to go back to the other controls if you really want to use them. Also, we have a second version of the game that you can download. We've got links to both of them here in the story to just get the score change for the tournament edition without changing what the default controls are. So if you do like the default controls, just download that second version that we have here linked in the story, and it won't change your controls. It'll be fine. But for everybody who does want to use those controls, which do feel a little more modern, I would say, it's a little more how we're all used to playing now. It's just a little bit reversed because you're moving with your right hand and you're looking with your left hand. Usually modern controls have it moving with left, looking with the right. But like this is the control scheme that like XL2's homebrew games use, Hellslave and Uriel.
Right.
So if you played those, you'll be used to this.
I could probably get used to it because I think it'd be better to have that aim with the analog stick than the movement, to be honest.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but if you put a little practice in, then you should click with you.
Cool.
So big thank you to Bo for doing this. This wouldn't be possible without him. I think trying to run a tournament with this game online would be so much harder and worse, frankly, without these edits. So
I'm
super
excited
cool.
to play it.
Thanks to Double Dime for writing this up too.
Yes, thank you to Double Dime for writing this up.
Hopefully I can get you in a match, Dan. I think it'd be a lot of fun to...
we could do a friendly either way, I guess.
I'll be down.
If we don't meet each other in
the tournament. Practice in.
And shouts to Moose for making this awesome looking hat.
Yes.
That's
if you win,
great hat.
If you win this tournament and you're a first-time tournament winner, you get a Saturn Net hat and a Netlink playable patch made by Moose Tracks, which we have the picture down there at the bottom of the story. So that's super cool too. We do have prize support.
That reminds me. Did I send Moose? Did I send you the money for that last one? I can't remember, so just let me know.
He's like, no, you did.
I can't remember. Yeah, I sent the money.
Double dipping. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm fairly sure I sent it to him, but if I didn't, let me know. I don't want to burn bridges. So.
No, yeah, definitely. We want to make sure we compensate. Thank you so much, Bo. Appreciate.
I'm excited for everybody to try. Double M said it feels amazing a 3D controller hack. Yeah, I agree. It felt really good when I was testing this out.
Well, that's awesome then. That's a good endorsement if Double Dime says that it's good. And I mean,
I'm falling in love with the 3D pad.
Bo's like Santa making Christmas come early for Saturn fans, with all these cool things, Definitely appreciate
it.
Is. Well, that rounds out the news unless we have some other secret article to publish at the last minute.
No more secret articles to publish.
Okay.
No surprises.
I just want to let you guys know that the Metal Gear Solid vinyl collection came out, so that's going to be cool.
Oh.
I think they announced the Story of Thor vinyl. I haven't written a story about it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Beyond Oasis in the U.S.
Yeah.
In Canada.
But yeah, I think that's about it. Do we want to read off the Patreons?
Absolutely. So yeah, we have these things called supporters, and these are like crazy people who love the Saturn as much as we do, and they support what we do financially. And some of these folks are pretty hardcore in their support. Like these are the $10 and up patrons who really, have helped us to do so many cool things. This is A Murder of Crows, a Blue Moon 95, Casual Seth, Cerulean, Chris Piper, Chris 1997 XX, Daniel Fredrickson, David Zaney, Derek Pascarella, A-Team, Emerald Nova, Fat Drunk Friend Otaku, Gem Clash of Rank, Ian Keg, Jay Hersey, Johannes Fetz, Lion Wing Publishing, Memphis, Normal Guy, Newtrageous, Robert Ramsey, Rowan Dink, Sega Steve, Stone Man, the Sega Guys, Wafflekins, and Young Money Sui. Or Jung Money Sui.
Thank you, everyone.
Jung Rhythm Sui.
Jung Rhythm Sui. That's his new name, new unofficial name.
Dave got dark. He had a shadow on him. He became Shadow Dave.
I did what now?
No.
What did I do?
Your video got really dark.
Oh
no.
My video got dark.
Like your webcam got really dark.
Did it?
Compared to us, we're all bright. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like we're all. We have to unlock you now.
Yeah, you gotta unlock me. I'm an unlockable character. I'm looking at my live feed though. Is it really any darker than it was?
Looks okay on YouTube to me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Looks like you got a little bit darker.
Could be though. Yeah. Like natural light being what it is and everything like that. I'm not in a controlled studio environment, so it's possibly. But the sun is kind of coming out of behind a cloud, so maybe I'll brighten up.
Bunny says you look okay, Dave.
Dave is the Stratos. You have to play with me and Dan.
That's right.
Dave.
To all of our other patron supporters, we appreciate you too. We just read out the $10 and ups on the show, but your name is always going to be in the credits, of course. And thank you so much for everyone who contributes, even I don't know, $2 from Bob here in the live chat, for the budget or buttery.
It's much appreciated.
It does, yeah. So I mean, and for everyone who maybe your budget just doesn't include being able to do Patreon stuff, I totally get it. And I mean, like, this economy, it's just kind of up and down with folks. Sometimes it's feast and sometimes it's famine. So for those who can't support us financially, that's okay. We really just want you to be a part of our community, and we would love it if you could join our Discord and find a niche, find a place there where you can contribute, at least with the conversation. We've got Dreamcast chat, 32X, Mega Drive,
Arcade now,
Master System, Arcade. Yeah, you want to talk Model 2, Naomi, maybe some super scalar stuff. We have an arcade chat.
Arcade stuff like I am.
There's a tech support channel that we have. It's not just general tech support, but it is anything. Oh, it's DaveBot, new DaveBot.
No, you're good.
Oh,
okay. You're
Captain. Now I just look at look at the comments, and if I see DaveBot, I'm thinking like, okay, I believe you because what?
No, don't worry. No, I'm just saying. Oh, like joking, but no, if you go Domo Arigato, I'll say it.
Domo Arigato. Okay.
Mr. Dave Bato.
But yeah, God, what was I saying? Now I got completely off track. There's a tech support channel, and if you guys know a lot about modding and hacking or maybe video signals or like common problems with the Saturn stuff, and that's your area of expertise, feel free to lend a hand there. There's always folks coming in there asking questions about, this, that, and the other thing regarding their Saturns or the Dreamcast.
Have a very popular Saru thread up in the threads part.
And we started a Fenrir one too. We probably should have a Satiator one. Of course, there's an entire Satiator Discord, which if you have a Satiator, you should definitely sub to that.
There's a Fenrir Discord too.
There's a Fenrir Discord too. Fair. Okay, so is there a Saru one? I'm not sure because that's so decentralized. It's decentralized.
I think someone did start one recently, like in the last week or so, but I'm not in it.
But
Shadow the Dave Hog.
Just post about it here because this is where it's important.
Actually, Chapel, who was in the chat, knows a lot about this. He's done a lot of trial and error and a lot of testing and stuff like that, and seems to be quite an expert when it comes to the Saru stuff. So yeah, if you do have questions, come in the Saru discussion forum, and you can post questions and talk about patch updates and stuff like that. We've also got the community challenge, which we featured on the show. Always cool stuff there.
Daily says it rules.
What else we got? We got the Mister,
of course.
We got the Mister core, for folks who are really into Mister. We got conversations.
This one's stable enough. We will be bringing it to PRGE this year, so we had a game on Expo. Everyone loved it, so that was fun. I'm excited to get it to bring it to PRGE and see what people think.
We have an entire suite of channels for the online play stuff: Saturn Online, Dreamcast Online, your Netlink roster, our online tournaments, and we've also got the insider chats. So if you do support us, I believe $3, Pat? You said?
Yep, $3 up is the support, is like the insider chat.
Insider chat, Panda Pad, show discussion. You want to talk about the SHIRO show?
I don't think we have Panda Pad through our. It's only for Panda's patrons that get the Panda Pad.
Is that right? Okay. See, that shows how much I know. It's under the SHIRO Insider thing, so I wasn't sure.
I'll talk to Panda about that because I need to probably set up his Panda permissions from Patreon. So
Panda permissions, it's a special kind of permissions. Panda permissions.
I mean, we could either do that or we could have it just do the general insider and you get both of them. But yeah, the Panda one's only for the Pandemonium ones, and then the other one's for us. So I'll talk to Panda about that.
Okay. But yeah, our good friends, the Sega guys, they've been really gracious to allow us to post a lot of early access content that otherwise members of their YouTube channel. So if you support SHIRO and our patron, you get access to early access to a lot of Sega guys content, and vice versa. We go ahead and share a lot of their stuff early access, and they've shared a lot of our stuff early access with their fans as well in the form of community posts that are locked down to their members. So
that's cool.
SNK boy just woke up. Well, you'll have
Hey,
to
that's
rewind and watch
8-bit
Pro.
SNK boy. Hey,
Just
long time no
news.
see. Yeah. He came at the end of the show, but now we can start the
He
party.
got mentioned on it, so he can watch it. He can watch it again.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Any other cool stuff that folks can? They can buy some merch. They can support us that way too.
Still,
You
or
can buy the magazine.
2021.
I'm looking at a stack of, I don't know, some odd, maybe like 40 issues left.
Honestly,
right over there.
I'd like to figure out
Ish.
something we could do for the PRGE, but we'll talk about that off air if we do that.
Well, definitely, I've got a lot more that I can bring to that are not like sealed and ready to sell. Like a lot more that I'm gonna try to put in my suitcase and bring for that. So, yeah,
We'll figure that out.
Definitely. But until next time, that was a lot of news, and thanks to everybody who contributed. Thanks, Dan. You can
Thanks
now
for
rest.
watching
You can take a
and
nap
listening.
now, Dan.
Yes.
Thanks for watching and listening.
Dan, move over in bed. I need to cuddle you. I mean,
No.
I've been Saturn
No.
Dave. We've got
I'm Dan Thrax.
and I'm Trinoko K. Patrick.
reminding you that you must play Sega Saturn.
Must.
We'll catch you next time. See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Sega Saturn, SHIRO!